There's a new AI tool that has completely changed our business. Now listen, I run 2 8-figure companies and we have 82 employees between the two. But this brand new tool that nobody is talking about yet has changed the game even more than Claude Code. And no, I'm not talking about Codex or OpenClaw. In fact, it's not some advanced tool that requires months of practice and pain. Believe it or not, I actually set the whole thing up sitting on my phone one day. Now, if you love AI like I do, but you've been waiting for a way to give every employee or teammate or vendor something as powerful as Claude Code without having to teach them how to use it, that tool is finally here. By the end of this video, you're going to have a fully working AI agent, literally for the first time, installed in your business that every employee, including you, can actually use to do real work. And the best part, they don't have to learn a single thing. And if you want to know just how much this new tool is paying me to make this video right now, they don't even know that I exist. That's how you know this is the real deal. So with that being said, let's get into it. And now that I've got you locked in, I'm about to share the tool with you. Don't stop watching now because there's a huge gotcha that cost me $600 when I first started using this, and I'm going to show you how to get around it. All right, now the tool is called Viktor. GetViktor.com, Viktor with a K. Now, before you just go start implementing this, let me walk you through what it is and tell you why it's not just another AI tool, because I know there's so much noise, there's so much distraction out there in the world. You got to try this. This is the new thing. This is the new thing. And I've tried every iteration, OpenClaw, Hermes, and they all end up falling short and disappointing me. And they all stop working. They're a pain in the butt to set up. The team doesn't know how to use them. This solves all of the problems that I wish OpenClaw would have solved back in the day. So let me just show you a couple actual use cases of my team really using this thing so you know that it's actually installed and we're actually using this in our everyday business. So this is Bob AI. This is where OpenClaw was installed. Now it's all Viktor. This is what it looks like inside of my Slack channel. And my team asked a very simple question. How do we submit high ticket case studies again? It has access to my full knowledge base and it actually knows how to query it and output the right answer every time. This thing just works out of the box. For our marketing team, it's plugged into all of our marketing tools. So if they want marketing reports or if something's wrong, it catches it. In this example, it actually caught a discrepancy between meta ads and Hyros because it's tied into everything and integrates in 2 seconds. My marketing team can ask it to make changes in the ads. It can ask for reports on the ads. It can ask very specific questions and it answers correctly out of the box. Look at my sales team interacting with Viktor. It gave a Happy Monday report. This is a scheduled report where it shows the pace that my sales team is on. This inspires my sales team. Then they can ask it questions about pulling specific data from specific dashboards. They're diving in deeper, and Viktor is involved in every single step. And in this example here, it pulled a midweek pulse from our sales report. And then my sales director said, hey, let's do this twice a week. Done. He set up a scheduled task, and now it's going to do it on autopilot every 2 weeks. That's all that has to be done. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Jay, that looks complicated. It looks like you must have spent a ton of time setting this all up, training it with prompts and training it with skills and doing these complex integrations. And that was true with things like OpenClaw or Hermes. They're a pain in the butt. They run on my Mac minis. And in order for me to give them access to all of the tools and configure them in a way where my team can interact with them without scratching their brains out, it was a pain in the butt. Viktor works out of the box, and that's the best part. I'm not kidding when I say I set it up from my phone, and it just started working. So Viktor lives in your Slack. If you don't have a team, you don't use Slack, this might not be the right tool for you. But if you do use Slack, Viktor is going to change the game for you because this is how you and your team can interact with it. I even know a lot of entrepreneurs who are using Claude Code no longer use Claude Code anymore because they're just using Viktor, because it just works. You don't have to worry about prompting it or it forgetting. It just works. So what about pricing? Is this thing expensive? I'm still on this $50 per month plan. This comes with 20,000 credits. Now, when you sign up, you're going to get a bunch of free credits because you're going to use either my link down below or you can use another link. I don't care. These credits can go really fast if you don't take precautions. This is what I'm going to talk to you about later because there's not a lot of guardrails for your team. If you don't set it up the right way, this thing's going to balloon and you're going to end up paying them a lot of money every single month. Now remember, this does not use your existing Claude subscription. You do have to pay for API credits in order for this to work. But honestly, it's pretty affordable unless your team is abusing it. So you're gonna get a bunch of free credits. You can just install this and start using this without having to put in a payment method. And then you're likely gonna be paying between $50 and $100 per month in order for you and your entire team to use this. To install it, you're literally just gonna say get started for free, and you're gonna integrate your Slack channel. And now once you've done that initial Slack integration, which is literally as easy as selecting your Slack channel, you don't have to build any custom Slack apps like you have to do with OpenClaw or Hermes. It just integrates to everything cleanly. And that's one of the reasons this is so powerful. The integrations are stable. It doesn't lose access to your API keys. You don't have to sign into something every 2 days. Now you're just on this integrations page here. Now look at all of the integrations that it already has out of the box. Here's all the ones that I currently have connected: Google Ads, PostHog, Notion, Stripe, Google Drive, QuickBooks, OpenAI, Sheets, Calendar, YouTube, Zoom, Supabase. Now, if you've never used something like OpenClaw before, you don't know how much of a pain in the ass it is to set up something like a QuickBooks integration or a Google Ads integration. You have to build custom apps on the Google Cloud or a QuickBooks developer platform. With Viktor, that's not the case. It's one-click integrations for everything. You can connect all of your most popular tools simply from their most popular integrations. They have everything that I use already here pre-configured. And if you don't see the software that you want to integrate here, you can add a custom integration and MCP server here. Super easy, but chances are you're going to find your integration. So maybe I want to add Hyros next. Look, there's a Hyros integration. So I'm going to go ahead and connect Hyros. I'm doing this for the first time, by the way. Nickname for this account, I'm just going to call it LGJ, continue to Hyros. Now it's either going to bring me through an OAuth connection, which is what this is, getting me to actually sign into Hyros, or it's just going to ask for my API key. So let's go ahead and continue. And there we go. It's going to ask for my API key, so I'm going to grab that and store. All right, I put in my API key, and now it's successfully connected to my Hyros account. And you don't have to worry about it messing around with the Hyros APIs or MCP servers. Most AIs out of the box are not very good at interacting with all of these tools. You need custom skills, you need custom API documentation and training. But all these integrations, it's already done. You don't have to worry about it. Now it can use Hyros out of the box. That integration took me 2 seconds to do. Now luckily I already have all my API keys stored in a folder, so sometimes you may have to go hunt them down, and that can be a little bit annoying. But honestly, it's nothing. Fal AI here was a custom integration that it had. Now it can generate images and videos using the Fal AI API. Connected to Google Analytics, Meta Ads, GitHub. It has access to all of my projects. The point I'm trying to convey here, the integrations in Viktor is probably one of the most powerful and convenient changes to AI agents compared to things like OpenClaw or Hermes. They don't break, it's one click, you don't have to worry about building custom apps and deploying them and them expiring. It's all handled here. And now because this is a team tool that lives in Slack, I want my team to be able to query these integrations too. I want them to know what's going on in Notion, be able to do things in Notion, do things in Google Drive, do things in my YouTube. Now they have access to these integrations as well. Now you might be thinking, Jay, some of these integrations are sensitive. Do I really want them to have access to my Stripe account or my YouTube account to actually go do things, my GitHub account? Well, the answer is no, you have some control here. So if you come into the integration and come into edit actions, now you can see who has access. You can configure the tools and settings, make sure that it's read only. That way you can protect your integrations and give your team access to the ones you want them to have access to. This is something that you could not do on my OpenClaw in Slack. If I wanted to put my OpenClaw in Slack with all of its integrations, my whole team could ask it to do whatever it wants. So for GitHub, let's configure that. I came over to access, and if I want my whole team to do it, I can say team only. For private, I just want it to be me and anyone who might be involved in GitHub on my dev team. And if I want to remove access to certain tools, I can come in here. And by the way, these tools, this is the pre-configured Viktor integration documentation for GitHub. I don't have to worry about it. It already knows how to use all of these tools, but I can turn them off. So if there's specific things I don't want them to be able to do, like process refunds in Stripe, obviously I should turn that off for my team. You can come in here and disable it. Now, I can also do this by just talking to Viktor inside of Slack. Viktor is just like OpenClaw. It's an AI that has access to everything in its own dashboard. So as you can see, I've got Viktor start here, and I can just come in and talk to Viktor and tell it however I want it to configure its access, its tools, its tasks, right here inside of the chat with Viktor. In fact, this is a perfect example. How do I change the workflow discovery scheduled task to only run once a month? I don't need it discovering all of my workflows once a week. It's a massive credit consumer. So I just asked it what the schedule was, and I asked it to change itself, and it did. How often does the heartbeat run? Can we save credits by reducing frequency? Currently runs 4 times a day. Gave me some options to reduce frequency. I'm talking back and forth to Viktor. Let's drop it to 2 times per day and weekdays only. Done. It now saved me a ton of credits. And that's one of the little hacks that I'm gonna drop for you. One of the benefits of continuing to watch the video, because you're gonna get even more hacks as we go. Okay, so that's how to set up the integrations, integrate one tool at a time, go through, configure the access and settings that you want for that tool, and then move on to configure the rest of the tools. Skills. Viktor comes preloaded with a bunch of these skills. I actually just went ahead and installed most of the skills that was offered to me. These are the ones that are kind of preloaded into the Viktor dashboard. And obviously, if you know what skills are, because you've been watching the channel, Claude Code skills are one of the most powerful things to ever happen to AI. Viktor has these prefab skills that are approved by Viktor, mostly for Google ads and meta ads. So if you're ever curious or wanting to analyze your ads, run ads, launch ads with AI, and you want it to do a really good job, Viktor is the solution for that. It can run, analyze, deploy all of your ads, and if you install these skills, it's gonna do a much, much better job. So I just went ahead and installed these bundles, and now it all of a sudden is an expert at running ads. And I don't know if this is the right thing, but I literally just came down, and most of these were installed with the bundles, but some of them weren't, like this top one, Analyze YouTube. I'm a YouTube creator, as you know from watching this video. I want it to have this skill. Analyze landing pages. I want it to have this skill. So you can just come through and install the ones that are relevant to you. And if you want to add custom skills, you should. Just tell Viktor, give it the skill, and it'll add it itself. Now, one of the most powerful parts about things like OpenClaw is that I can set it to run every morning at 9 a.m. and execute a scheduled task. Well, Viktor does the same thing. And instead of just me giving it tasks to execute and having to worry about my Mac Mini always being on and it always being connected to what it needs to, Viktor can run those scheduled tasks for you because it lives in the cloud. And not just that, your team can create scheduled tasks for Viktor, like you saw what Mason, my sales director, did, to schedule bi-weekly reports from Viktor about the sales progress. Now, if you have a COO or anything, or you want to get somebody else involved in managing Viktor, you can invite team members and you can modify permissions here, which can get very useful. Now, what if you have a Slack channel with Slack Connect and you've got clients inside of those Slack Connect channels? We use this, a lot of other businesses that I know use this. Well, you can actually give it access to Slack Connect channel so it can help manage those clients. We are not currently using it for that, but I do have friends that are, and it works unbelievably well. Viktor is a massive asset to your customer fulfillment team. All right, now let me jump down to settings and show you our next big gotcha. So here are the models that Viktor has access to. So once you're done with your integrations, the next thing you should do is probably come down to settings and make sure that you're using the right preset. Now, if you don't care about money and you don't have a giant team and you just want this thing to be as good as it can possibly be, my friend Mina keeps it on smartest mode. I actually had it on this mode for about the first 2 to 4 weeks, and granted, it was awesome. It's still awesome on balanced mode. It still gets things right every time, but I save 50% more credits. That is a massive saving when compared to smartest mode, which uses Opus 4.6. Balanced uses Claude Sonnet 4.6. Maybe we'll make some mistakes. I haven't seen it make a mistake yet, but a 50% credit savings is massive. So one of the first things that I would recommend you probably do is change the setting to balanced. It's going to default to smartest, and you're going to be burning credits like nobody's business. Now, when it comes to picking the setting, you really need to think about what your team's use cases are. If it's doing really complex work and maybe it needs the most powerful reasoning model, and it's really high stakes work like it says here, think about going smartest. If you're doing things like my team is doing, generating basic reports, writing some copy, querying the knowledge base, it don't need all that power. Balanced works just fine. All right, now let's look at usage, and I really want you to monitor this, especially over your first month of deploying this with your team. What I did when I first deployed this is we have a team meeting every Monday where everybody has to join. We released Viktor to the team. We taught them how to use it, what to do. We had them test some queries on there to make sure it worked. And then a couple people started going crazy. Sorry to call you out, Jonathan. But as you can see here, let's look at team activity. Everybody is using it. This is one of the best tells that a software or a new launch is successful. Everybody is actually running this thing. And you can tell because the number of threads where they're talking to Viktor. A lot of them have multiple threads. A couple people here have scheduled tasks that are actually running. I have 16 scheduled tasks. Tyler has one, Ian has one, Robiel, Mason. My whole team is actually utilizing this tool, which proves, oh my God, it's working. It's a good investment. But if you see this big spike, we had one person consume 20,000 credits in a single day. It was my friend Jonathan Walker, who was basically using this as if it were Claude Code. This was back before I changed it to balanced mode, so it was still on the top mode that we're consuming 50% more credits. And he was basically using it as if it was his own Claude Code subscription. And by the way, let's just stop there and talk about the difference between teaching your team how to use Claude Code, or you using Claude Code and Viktor. Should you be doing one or the other? The answer is you should probably be doing both. I've enabled my entire team to have Claude Code subscriptions. Each of them has a Max plan, and each of them is encouraged to learn Claude Code Max and connect their Claude Code to all of the integrations. Naturally, they don't all fully adopt it or use it for everything, but it's gonna cost everybody a lot less if they use their Claude Code Max subscriptions than if they use our API credits here. I want them all building. I want them all using AI. Ideally, I want them using their Claude Code subscriptions, but that's not always reality, and I like to give them all of the integrations out of the box, because usually that's the hardest part. So Jonathan here consumed the whole thing in credits. He loved it, but he consumed about $100 in credits in a single day. Now, obviously, we're back off to very normal usage. This is what I want to see. And at our current credit consumption at about 2,500 credits per day, we're probably going to need to pay Viktor about $100 per month. So for implementing AI across an entire company, $100 per month is nothing. I pay $100 per month for everybody's Claude subscriptions. That in and of itself is $2,000 per month. So I'm happy to spend at least that here, knowing that everybody's actually using it. Now, finally, coming to account, you've already connected your Slack when you logged in, but you can also give your team access to email back and forth with Viktor. So under email settings, you can configure allowed domains. Now, anybody from my domain can email back and forth with Viktor to ask questions. So even if you're not using Slack, you do have a use case to use this for email only. And if there's somebody without your specific domain, you can set specific allowed email addresses as well. And now the second big gotcha to look at, the top scheduled tasks. When I first came in, I saw, oh my God, these two things, workflow discovery and heartbeat, was consuming most of my credits. So what are these things? Well, heartbeat is basically when it does a pulse check of your whole Slack, all of your integrations, all your scheduled tasks to see what it needs to do. And out of the box, it does this a lot. These little pulse checks. And if it's using the high performance model and he's doing these frequently, it's gonna end up costing you a lot of money. But do you really need it doing a pulse check every 5 minutes? Not really. So one of the first things that I recommend that you do after changing the setting to balanced is decreasing the frequency of heartbeat and decreasing the frequency of workflow discovery. It doesn't need to be doing workflow discovery every 2 weeks. It doesn't need to be doing heartbeat every hour. You can do these a lot less frequently and save a bunch of money on credits. And what this workflow discovery does, which is actually really cool, when you first install Viktor, you'll get a message from it here. It looks like this. And then after a few minutes, it'll actually look through all of our Slack channels, all of the integrations, all the information that we give it, and it's gonna come up with a couple really good ideas for how it can start providing value. This is workflow discovery. So you don't even have to think about, oh, what use cases can I use Viktor for? It will find the use cases itself and train itself to start being productive and providing value out of the box. Absolutely incredible. Now, I mentioned earlier that Viktor did not pay me to make this video. They don't even know that I exist, and that's true. However, they do have this little get free credits thing, so I'm gonna be able to give you some free credits and you'll be able to give me some free credits. So if you do wanna sign up and try Viktor, I do have an affiliate link linked down below, or if you ever want software deals or wanna know what I'm actually using in my business, come to leadgenj.com/software and see all of the tools that we're actually implementing in our business every single day. And that's all for now. If you want more awesome videos like this that are gonna help you grow your business and help you make more money, scale with AI, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. I actually share stuff that works. I actually run large companies and we're actually implementing AI. I'm not one of these creators that are just sharing news updates or how to use. I'm actually using. So if you want to follow a channel like that, this is the one. Like and comment below if you're installing this or you have questions. I will answer every comment personally, and I'll see you in the next video.